The Zach attack has been in full effect as of late. The Chicago Bulls got company in their building. It's Jalen Green and the Houston Rockets. At the United Center we go. It's Jalen Green with the left. Not to be outdone by Lavine. Nice little stop on the dime, nailed a three. 1 point game in the second. Don't you know no good? Don't you know no good? Your old Uncle Jeff Green still could get up there and throw that thing down. Kobe White, he's not trying to do a lot of the dunking. He's trying to get to that three-point line and do a lot of the shooting. He nailed 6 3-pointers in this one. Lavine wasn't too shabby himself. Zach puts the Bulls up by 10. Third quarter we go. It's some beautiful ball movement from the Bulls. Had a lot of issues thus far this year. Didn't look like it in this one. DeRozan nails the three. And then on the other end is Van Vliet. He chipped in with a 20-piece McNugget. Also dished out 10 servings of fries. Lavine, he was just all over the place for the Bulls. He did some scoring, some dishing, and some rebounding. They needed all of it. Lavine, 25 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists. Bulls up. Then Alperen Sengun just takes over for the Rockets. He goes 19 of his 25 points in the fourth quarter and OT. We call that a tease in the business because Jabari Smith Jr. is going to miss this game-winning three-point attempt at the buzzer. So we would go to overtime. In the extra period, there's more of that 19 that I spoke of from Sengun. The Rockets are up, but not for long, as Lavine and Kobe White put the finishing touches on a really good Bulls OT win. Kobe White led Chicago with 30 points, also had 8 assists. It's 124-119, your final from the United Center. If you are like me and love flexing your NBA knowledge, you should head over to the best place to play fantasy sports. That's Underdog Fantasy. For me, I love the pick'em game. It's super simple to play too. All you gotta do is go to the Underdog Fantasy website or app, pick whether a player will have a higher or lower stat line for that game, get all your picks right, and you can win up to 20 times your money. And when you sign up, if you use my code Pharaoh, your deposit will get doubled. You can't beat that. Again, head over to today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy's website or app, use my code Pharaoh, and your first deposit will get doubled. Toronto Raptors still in LA searching for a win. Didn't get it against the Lakers. Maybe they get one against Kawhi and the Clippers. Kawhi just got a new payday, by the way. Congrats to him, the club. Showing the Clippers what they can look forward to following the extension. Maybe, depending on the injuries, obviously. Kawhi looking good in the first quarter. He puts the Clippers up by 7. Second quarter, Paul George finds himself open, and James Harden finds him. You know, James Harden doesn't get enough credit. He is a phenomenal point guard. Harden, open. This time keeps it for himself and nails the three. The Clippers are enjoying a 2-point lead. But the Raptors got fight. Scotty Barnes ain't no chump. Neither are some of his new teammates. How about Emmanuel Quickly attacking the rim quickly? No pun intended. Come on now. That was a layup. Sometimes these things just make themselves. RJ Barrett's not laying anything up. Come on now. I'm rolling down, ladies and gentlemen. Quickly at 25. RJ Barrett at 24. Raptors up a deuce. But here comes the Clippers. PG-13 had more points than both of them and probably got away with a shrub on Dennis Schroeder. He throws it down. Now Harden looking. He went alley-oop to Paul George in the first half. He goes alley-oop to Kawhi Leonard in the second half. It's a really good point guard, giving his guys easy buckets. Barrett's three puts the Raptors up by 5. So you're telling me we got a game going into the fourth quarter. Harden once again finds George, who once again finds the bottom of the net. This was one of them games for PG-13. He had 29 points, including that deuce. That puts the Clippers up comfortably down the stretch. And when it's winning time, it's the club. He gets paid a lot of money and is going to make a lot more money to do just that. Leonard throws it down, and it's the Clippers holding on to a 126-120 win over the Raptors. Draymond Green is preparing to make his return for his next next basketball game. But for now, the Warriors were without Draymond services as Zion and the Pelicans were in town. And let me just go ahead and bury the lead. They needed Draymond a lot in this game. The Warriors were not good defensively, and the Pelicans took advantage of just that. Herb Jones nails the three. CJ McCollum, somehow, some way for his team, he made a play. And then there's B.I. spinning, winning, and dealing. The Pelicans nailed 9 of their 16 three-point attempts in the first quarter. The score is already 46-27 after 1, and it got worse. Second quarter, McCollum gets it back. That was a really good decision. CJ had 14 points. He could have had a lot more. This game's just not going to be close for him to be needed. Warriors would make a run late in the second. They cut their deficit down to 13. Moses Moody led the Warriors with 21 points. Third quarter, it's Klay Thompson nailing the three. Him and Steph were not the greatest versions of themselves in this one. You want to know who was great? How about Jonas Valanciunas in the third quarter taking over for the Pelicans as they once again extend their lead to 20 plus. Jonas had 15 points in the quarter, 21 for the game. And just like that, this one is over, ladies and gentlemen. The only question here is how many points would guys get? Are they going higher or lower than what's predicted on their underdog fantasy? Williamson doesn't respect the Warriors defense, and why should he? They gave up 141 points to the Pelicans in this one. Zion had 19. A 36-point grubbing for the Warriors, who are looking for answers right now. Oh, nothing to see here. Just greatness from the rookie Victor Wembanyama. His San Antonio Spurs were on the road in the D, taking on the woeful Pistons. First quarter, Wembanyama getting to work early, and he wasn't alone. The Spurs look much better as a team than the Pistons did at this one, despite both of these teams being two of the NBA's worst, as Keldon Johnson nails the three. With his team down 14 already, it's Bojan Bogdanovic attacking the rim and scoring. Pistons trying to hang around. The Spurs got other plans. Wembanyama tracking down the loose rock, and it's an easy dunk for a very big man. Jalen Duran had himself a good game. 21 points, 12 rebounds. My man's asking for his help, though. Second half, Wembanyama just tips it to himself and just literally hits us with the, don't mind if I do, since the rim's right there, jam. Barely jumps. And then Wembanyama turning into the playmaker. Couple of nice dimes. This is the first one. He's going to 5-hole Bogdanovic. That is pretty darn good for a guy that big. And then more nasty passes from Wemby. This time around, he's not looking to Jeremy Sohan, who uses the left. Wembanyama had 10 assists, 0 turnovers. And he did other things as well. More on him in a sec. But first, let's highlight some of this Spurs ball movement. It'll end up in the hands of Devin Vassell, who nails the easy three. This game is over, by the way. It's all about Wembanyama and his pursuit of a triple-double at this point. And how about Wemby? He gets his first ever career triple-double. I already mentioned to you the 10 assists. He also had 12 rebounds and 16 points. His Spurs get the very rare 130-108 dub over the Pistons. Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves came to Boston to win a game against the Celtics, led by that dude, Jaylen Brown, early. First quarter, it's Brown setting the tone for the team that plays in white and green with a couple of nasty threes. Brown had 35 points. And guess what? He wasn't even the Celtics' leading scorer in this one. They needed a lot of points because they had to deal with that dude, Edwards. In transition, throwing down dunks. It's AE cutting the T-Wolves deficit down to 1. Let's take a break and do it all again. Third quarter, it's Karl Anthony Towns, 2 of his 29 points. Tatum was a big fixture in the second half for Boston. Let Brown have the first half. Tatum got busy in half number 2 and OT. See, we call that a tease in the business, ladies and gentlemen. Edwards showing the Celtics his whole arsenal. No teasing on his end. AE had 29 points. Fourth quarter, T-Wolves up 5. It's Tatum with a trifecta of his own. Celtics now down by a point. Drew Holiday gets a look and knocks it down. Boston got the 111-109 lead, but Minnesota still got fight. It's AE blowing past Brown and drawing the foul on Derek White. Edwards is clutch money. He goes to the line and makes the first, and here is the second. We're tied at 111. The Celtics decide to let this thing go. Tatum gets a look at game at the buzzer. I already told you the game with the overtime, so there's that. In the extra period, Tatum was done missing. How about Tatum getting to his spot and showing the T-Wolves what he's got? Tatum once again getting to his spot, and this time around showing you the wicked jump shot. JT goes for 45 points. You get 80 from the big two in Boston, and you also get a 127-120 overtime win.
I want to salute you, homie, for building your own thing and doing your own thing.
Why build theirs when I believe I can build my own?
You've already done it, or I wouldn't be here.
I'm already the only elite sports and music journalist in the game today. My goal is simple, to be the best there's ever been. So, please don't go. Make sure you subscribe and follow the journey. It truly means everything to me. I tell stories. I talk music. I cover sports. I am culture. I am Pharaoh.